Matlock Season 1, Episode 9, entitled Friends, sets up the premise for the popular legal drama's second season via a shocking twist in Olympia and Julian's story. Matlock Episode 9 strengthens the bond between Olympia, Sky P. Marshall, and Madeline, Kathy Bates, while they work on a wrongful termination case together involving a pregnant woman. Madeline and Olympia's work on this case causes tension for both of them. Julian, Jason Ritter, resents Olympia doing favors for Elijah, Ikuaka, while Edwin, Sam Anderson, worries that Madeline will lose her objectivity by getting too close to Olympia. Friends ends with the type of jaw-dropping twist that has made Kathy Bates' Matlock so successful. Olympia tells Julian she does not want to work together anymore because of their former relationship. Her intention is for Julian to leave Jacobson Moore, but instead, the two agree to let the board decide who stays. This unexpected news in Matlock leads to Madeline's decision to trust her gut instinct and remove her boss from her suspect list without solid proof that Olympia is innocent of helping to cover up information about the dangers of opioids. Matlock Episode 9 sets up Olympia leaving Jacobson Moore. She could lose the competition with Julian. Olympia wants to fight for justice whenever possible, which is likely why Madeline doesn't believe she is involved with the opioid cover-up scandal. She is often frustrated when Senior, Beau Bridges, or Julian discourages her from taking cases that allow her to stand up for people who won't bring a lot of money into the firm. Thus, this competition with Julian to see who the board wants to retain could help Olympia free herself from Jacobson Moore. If Olympia ultimately leaves, it would allow her to take on cases that fulfill her without having to argue about their merits. Additionally, Olympia's new agreement with Julian means that one of them will eventually be shown the door, and given Olympia's conflicts with Jacobson Moore's priorities, it's more likely to be her. Furthermore, if Matlock's Olympia learns that Julian was involved in the opioid cover-up, she might quit out of disgust even if the board chooses her over him. This type of exit would be consistent with her desire to fight for justice, although she may also be angry at Madeline for not telling her from the beginning what she was doing. Matlock Season 2 could be about Madeline and Olympia establishing their own firm. The women could open a justice-oriented law firm. Matlock Madeline standing in front of Olympia's desk while Olympia sits behind it. Madeline and Olympia share an interest in getting justice for people who need it and can't afford high legal fees. Madeline is, therefore, the ideal partner for Olympia. Madeline could continue to use her persona as a scatterbrained senior citizen to trick people into giving her the information she needs for each case while Olympia does the majority of the courtroom work. This new firm in Matlock Season 2 would likely bring in less money but be focused on getting justice for marginalized people, something which both Madeline and Olympia would find fulfilling. That said, Olympia would have to overcome her sense of betrayal after learning that Madeline lied to her for months about who she was so that she could get access to Jacobson Moore's offices and expose the people responsible for the opioid cover-up. However, the procedural has been working toward a future beyond this case, and Madeline and Olympia working together seems like a strong option. Hopefully, Madeline and Olympia will find a way to preserve their working relationship and friendship after this reveal, which would allow for a Matlock Season 2 story about them opening their own firm. Matlock Season 2 can see Madeline and Olympia versus Jacobson Moore. The women could go head-to-head with their old bosses. Julian talking to Olympia in the break room at Jacobson Moore in Matlock. If Olivia and Madeline open a competing law firm, it is logical that they will often be on the opposite sides of cases from Jacobson Moore. Their old firm is the procedural's true antagonist. Under Senior's leadership, it is focused on bringing in as much money as possible, regardless of the human cost. Therefore, Olivia and Madeline might defend marginalized clients in Matlock Season 2, while Jacobson Moore takes the side of big corporations accused of wrongdoing. Matlock Season 2 pitting Madeline and Olympia against Jacobson Moore would lead to compelling conflicts. Olympia would have to face Julian again in court regardless of the status of their relationship, and he might not hesitate to rile her up if it means his side has a better chance of winning the case. Additionally, Jacobson Moore does not play by the rules, so Madeline and Olympia will be kept on their toes trying to defend against dirty tricks while fighting for justice. Enjoy Screen Rant's primetime coverage? Click below to sign up for our weekly Network TV newsletter. Make sure to check Network TV in your preferences, and get the inside scoop from actors and showrunners on your favorite series.